Today we're making a cocktail that's very basic in the form of how many different spirits you're going to need. However, it does fit the cocktail mold for a traditional cocktail: spirit, bitters, and a sweetening agent. Done. Keep watching.
Want to skip ads without hurting my inner child? Head over to patreon.com/CMC and help fund the show.
Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I'm your host, Derrick Schommer, and I've got with me nobody. I am solo. Tons of arm room. 3 times as much mats as before.
No.
3 times 1 is 3, right? So that's 3 times more. I had 1.
Not more mats, more space.
Mats.
Oh, sorry.
These things. The mats, they're here.
Mats.
And I have some of our fans have more mats than I have mats. So this week, Curtis isn't here. Oh no. That's gonna drive me. There we go. Curtis is not here. But Curtis got the recipes prepared. He themed it all kind of around bitters. And actually, I don't know if there's a single recipe within this week's bitter episodes that have any Angostura bitters or Peychaud or Regan's. Those are your top 3. Like, everybody's got to have these. So it should be a different experience. This recipe called the Bitter Truth cocktail. Ironically, there is a bitter company called the Bitter Truth. We build them as Bergenhaug. This is a little bit different. This has an ounce of white rum, 1/4 ounce of sour mix, so just a little bit. 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. So you basically take the sour mix and make it a little bit more simple, sweet. Just try my sour mix. Oh yeah. 12 drops of Tiki bitters. These are also better known as El Macule Tiki bitters from Bittermans. Bigger bottles, Bittermans products. And from there, we're going to do a couple of the Bitter Cube brands. 12 drops of Blackstrap bitters, 12 12 drops of cherry bark vanilla. Let's make sure I got it. Yep, that one there. So that's going to add some neat vanilla notes. That'll bring your molasses. If you've purchased from us in the past something like horror-infused bitters, or if you have gone to awesomedrinks.com and seen, live stream won't see this yet, but seen the recent release of Fee Brothers molasses bitters, you could do a sub-in for that for the Blackstrap if you had to, but otherwise just use this. That's it. It's going to go in a whiskey snifter. I'm going to throw in a little drop of ice in there, and after that, I have no idea what's going on. Kyle submitted this saying it was a lot of work to balance this out to make it taste like a cocktail and not just all.
Is that why he came up with 12 drops of this and 12 drops of that? There's
a lot of craziness, and let me use this side. I'm curious as to how this is going to work myself. You know, we need 1/4 ounce. Let's get OXO here. So let's start with, I'll do 1/4 ounce of rum. We'll do the bitters last. And 12 drops, because he's calling out which bitters to use, just use the drops. Otherwise, if they were dashes, you can add a little extra or whatever. Since drops are kind of inspecific for measure. 1 ounce, so you're basically making a white rum cocktail, very light, that's going to be high on, I'm guessing, bitters and aromatics, if I had to guess. 1/4 ounce of our sour mix, probably just enough for a little bit of acidity.
Kyle usually does really good drinks.
Okay. We've got 1/4 ounce. Yeah, there's not a lot of Kyle drinks that I haven't liked, if any. I don't want to say all, because maybe somebody will be like, oh, if you watched 6 years ago, you'll see this one episode. I don't even know if Kyle was watching 6 years ago. I wasn't watching 6 years ago. Alright. 12 drops of the Tiki bitters. This could take a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And some people have also asked, and yeah, maybe you could see this here. It's kind of stained. It's got some particles, kind of sediment floating in there. You'll find that most bitters are not clarified to like that. They will tend to have some particles floating around in it. That's normal. It's part of, like, I think really the small batch creation. If you look at Regan's, Angostura, those don't really have a lot of particle floaties, but most of the handcrafted or small batch bitters that are done, not necessarily in somebody's kitchen, but damn near close, will tend to have some particulates in them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I kind of call those flavor crystals, because Could be a little bit of bark, could be a little bit of brown sugar. Well, probably not brown sugar because that'll dissolve, water soluble and all. But other cinnamons and stuff like that could be in there. So we'll accept those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boom. Here goes my heater. Oh, it's done. And just in time for the heater. Spring is the only time it's not noisy down here. Because once summer comes and you get the AC on. Look at that. I think Ian made these last week. These are pretty nice little pieces of ice here. Boom. We'll shake it up. I don't necessarily know that you have to go crazy in the shake up for this. But it does have a little bit of sour mix, a little bit of simple. Figure maybe we'll integrate it a little bit. I have no friends this week, live chat. For people who are wondering our live chat schedule right now because of...
No, it's done. It's changing.
No, it's not changing. It should change to Fridays. However, because I'm going to be on a flight in a couple weeks, I'm coming home on Friday night. It's going to be way too late to record. Then like the week later, I'm coming home on a Friday night. It's going to be too late to record. So there'll be Saturdays and Fridays, but it'll usually be around 6:30 Eastern if you wanted to watch on the live stream. Where do you go to watch the live stream? First thing I'd say is check Facebook, look for our status updates around Fridays and Saturdays to figure out when it's going to be. Now the next group of people going, I don't use Facebook, it's against my religion, or whatever it is, then you can really just guess. Or if there's updates, if you can get updates on when the new episodes are launched on YouTube, that's where we broadcast, then you should be able to see it right there.
That's a small drink.
It looks just like the photo, actually, that Kyle sent. The rum selection for today was Plantation's 3-star. If you can get Plantation 3-star, they sell it at drinkupnewyork.com. They probably have it some other places as well. Definitely a product worthy of purchase. Probably one of the best light rums
Really
blend
found it at Tails.
on the planet. Yeah, I found it at Tails Cocktail last year. Hopefully we'll find some new product this year.
We always do.
We always find something to want.
We found Cool Swan the last time we went.
Yeah, that's true. Cool Swan was it, and we've only been twice.
This time it's Plantation.
This has a really cool smell. It smells very aromatic. It has, it smells like vanilla and like an allspice and cinnamon and quinine. Like has a little bit of a earthy, bitter smell to it, which could mean bad things coming up. It smells very much like something a pirate would drink. And no, pirates didn't really drink lots of rum. I can talk about that in a minute if you want. Do you have a question of the day? I had a thought.
Favorite small brand liquor maker?
Favorite small brand liquor maker. So yeah, I don't know what you'd have to kind of make up your mind on what's a small brand. I don't know if Plantation's considered. I would go with small label because a lot of the brands will be owned by some major brand. I'm sure these guys are owned by like some huge company or something. Let's see. It's Ferrand, which is the cognac folks, so it's probably a larger brand. This cocktail has a little bit of a bitter bite to it and a lot of flavor. You do get the sour mix. It's very, I mean, really, this is kind of like a real crazy take on a daiquiri, right? You've got your sugars, you've got your lime, and your sour mixes. Citrus, I do a citrus lemon blend, and your rum. So it's kind of fits the trifecta of awesomeness. The sweetness in the simple syrup still has a little bit of a bite on acidity, acidic wise. It has a little sourness to it, but it curbs out with a nice sweetness that's hard to keep on your palate. I have a hard time, where the heck's my phone go? I have a hard time focusing on where that sweet is because of the bitters. The bitters definitely are highlighted in this drink. There's lots of, there's no one bitter that's pulling out. The Tiki bitters probably have the most. Let's see what the, yeah, okay, so you get your cinnamon, you got your allspices. So a lot of your island spices are going to come in part from here. This you're going to get a little bit more of your, like, I think your rich, dark sugar, like, flavor. Not sugar sweetness, but molasses-like flavor. Sarsaparilla, Let's see what else. More cinnamon. So that could be why you're getting a little bit more of the cinnamon notes, because there's going to be overlap across the bitters. And then vanilla, cherry. The cherry imparts a sweet mental picture. Like you feel like this is sweeter than it really is, but the cherry and vanilla kind of give it a fourth or fifth dimension. This is like Fifth Element, that movie. Have you seen it? I don't have anybody here to give me another quote for reference, but very much a sipping drink. The reason you put this in a snifter is because this is a drink to enjoy all of the flavors to without getting crazy. Doesn't require a ton of spirits. Does require a fairly eclectic version of bitters, but in the end, these bitters, even these size, will last you probably a lifetime for most people, unless you're a bar. So it's probably more cost effective to go this route if you're looking for a flavoring agent for your rum. Otherwise, you need a spice rum that kind of focuses across this flavor. And as Kyle probably figured out, any one of these with too much or a different style of bitter would either make this way more abundant on the palate or draw you to one specific flavor too much. Maybe too much cinnamon. This doesn't have too much cinnamon. If you would have used Fee Aromatic, I think you would have got a little too much cinnamon, maybe a little too much clove. You brought in hella bitters, so they would definitely fight it out. Although I do like clove. I'm a big fan. Big fan of clove. So, the other question I was going to ask, I can't remember, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, definitely a bitter cocktail. Bitter, but not bitter like Campari. That's important. You've got your question of the day. I feel like I need to yell at somebody, but there's nobody here to yell at. So we're done?
We're done.
All right, go answer the question. Go get yourself some white rum. Find yourself some plantations, and you can get your bitters, all of them, at awesomedrinks.com. We're teaching you how to drink. Oh, 2 bar spoons of raspberry syrup. So frutations, we sell at awesomedrinks.com. Raspberry simple syrup, we sell at awesomedrinks.com. Both these ingredients you can get if you need them in order to make the blinker.
The blinker.
Or you can just use regular grapefruit juice if you have it. This is going to be